Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel today. I thought today we might look at what I think are the 5 best features on this 2021 model Honda Forza 350. So stay tuned, we'll get into it, take a quick look and see what you reckon. Number 1. I think by far the best point with this bike would be the motor. So it's got a 350cc motor, puts out 29 horsepower, and out along the road it's really a pleasure to ride. So it'll handle any hills in front of you, so it'll pull any hills at say 100 kilometres an hour. No trouble whatsoever. I've been on the steepest hills in my locality and it climbs those really well. It's got really good torque or pickup, and it's very quick off the mark from a zero start to say 100 kilometres an hour. And I've been going easy on this motor because it's a brand new bike and not run in yet. Once again, I'll point out it's an effortless cruiser. So not only is it good out along the road or riding around town, it's real nippy in town. A little bit bigger than the previous bike I had, which is a PCX 160. But if you take the good with the bad, it was a really nice little bike to ride. But there's nothing beats a bit of power, and this one's got the power. And especially when you're out along the road, if you're sitting on around 80 or something like that and want to get past a truck or anything like that, you can zip through it pretty quick. So the best point going for this one, it's got really good power, nice and smooth, nice throttle control, so there's nothing wrong with that side of the bike at all, and it performs really well. I think it'd suit anyone. Like, I've been mainly riding street bikes or naked bikes for the last 8 or 9 years. This is the first time I've had a 350 and a scooter, and I'm very impressed of how well this bike gets up off the mark, performs out along the road, and once again, like I said, a pleasure to ride. While we're at it, we'll just take a quick look at the motor. So there's our exhaust poking at you on the right hand side. Not much you can see of the motor, that's about it. I'll see if I can kick it over while it's on the centre stand and give you an audio. Okay guys, here's a bit of audio with the bike idling away. So it's actually a pretty quiet bike. It will idle on the centre stand, and you can start it from the centre stand, but from the side stand won't start at all as a safety feature. But number 2 would be the power operated windscreen. I find this windscreen really handy. It's a really good one for knocking wind out of your face when you're out here riding along, compared to, like I said, riding naked bikes all the time and getting the wind hitting you in the chest, in the face. And I've been out on a few runs where it's been extremely cold, and this bike really performs well with that windscreen. It's naturally power operated, it's a 2-speeder, so when you get here and turn the bike on, which I'll do now, you've got your controls here for high and low. So it's on high at the moment, so we'll just press the button and down she comes. Now if you're riding around on this low setting, and I'll have a look at that at the front here for you. So if you're riding around with it on the low setting, you do find it's virtually like riding a naked bike. You know, you get really big gusts of winds hitting you in the chest, and you know, that's the way it goes if you want to go on that low setting, but you probably never will, because once you press this button, and I'll do it again, and you watch that window or the windscreen come up, it's just a pleasure to ride like that. So it's one of its best features. It cuts through the wind well, and I'm 5'9", weigh roughly 82 kilos, and the wind just bounces over the top of the helmet, and for me I think it's perfect, so no problems whatsoever. That is a very good feature on the bike, and I think anyone that rides one with one that's got a power screen will be saying afterwards, the next bike they get on, I certainly would like to have one of those again. Number 3 I think would be instrumentation, and there it is there now. So we've got a nice big analogue speedometer on the left, tacho on the right, really easy to see as you're riding along, sitting back here, no trouble whatsoever looking down, seeing instrumentation. More importantly, you got a display in the centre, and when I turn it on and it lights up, you know, you get total mileage, trip A, B, temperature, petrol, what temperature it is outside at the moment, engine things. You can flick the other button if you want to. At the moment I've done 305 kilometres, and so like I said, I've done 305 kilometres. I'm still on my first tank, and it holds, I think, 11.4 litres of petrol. So I think it's pushing up around 30 kilometres to the litre, but a really nice display, very easy to read. Just turn the ignition off after coming into the yard. You can see my alarm system there showing. So I'll just get out, walk away from it, and keep an eye on my front indicators. So there you go, the alarm's set now. Number 4 in the features would be this seat. It's a really nice seat to sit on. But sometimes you get on there and read reviews and people say the seats are a bit hard on this bike, but I can tell you for a fact I've ridden this now at one stage 120 kilometres, and I had no problems with the seat whatsoever. It's probably not actually the best I've been on, but very far from the worst. In fact, I think over the years I've had bikes, the worst bike I ever sat on as far as a comfortable ride was a Verzi X300. That was the hardest seat. It was just like sitting on a plank. Bike ran very well, very happy with the bike, but the seat itself was really really hard on the carcass to go anywhere. But this particular one, like I said, been out on 120 kilometre runs, and then later on as we get into, I've run the bike in, I'm going to take it out and do like maybe 200 or 300 kilometre runs on it per day, because the bike's so comfortable to ride. It just beckons you to get on and give it to it, and it's just so easily relaxed ride, and I think that seat will do the job real well. While we're at it, if we want to have a look at what's under that seat, you just click this button here, press seat, bit far then, press seat, flips up, got a big storage space there, and I don't know if you'd fit full face helmets in there or not, but you can fit all the other stuff in there. Look, the wife gave me a packet of biscuits in case I got hungry while I was out here, bit of a drink. But apart from that, very good in that area. Last but not least, or number 5 on my list, is vibration. So talking about vibration, in the grips, on the floorboards, when you get up around cruising speed, 80 to 100 kilometres an hour, there's absolutely no vibration in this bike. So in other words, it's one of the smoothest bikes I've been on over the past few years. Now if you said, what about that PCX you had, the 160? Well, it's not as smooth as that bike, but it was outright the smoothest bike I'd ever rode. But it comes second to that one and far ahead of any naked motorcycle I've ridden. In the meantime, I found what that rattle was in the front end of it, and it wasn't actually in the thing, but it's up in this part here. So right here, if you hang on to that, it rattles around 40 to 50 k's, maybe 60. Once you get over that speed, that comes out of it. But that's the only fault I've found on the bike so far, and that's pretty good compared to most bikes you buy from brand new. I got heaps of faults on them regardless of what make you buy. So overall, it's been very good on this one. It's a pleasure to ride. You could do long distance of it. You're not going to get numb hands from vibration or anything like that, and you'll be very happy with the outcome, because like I said earlier, I've been on 120k rides on it. Perfect, no vibes, good to sit on, good wind protection. It's got everything you want. It's a really good all-round package. So overall, I think that sums up my 5 best features of this bike. And once again, thanks for tuning in, taking a look. And if you're on the fence about thinking about buying one of these, I don't know if you'll ever get the chance to demo or test drive, because they're hard to get. But if you do, I think you'll be 100% satisfied. Haven't been out at night time to test the LED lighting, but I will say one thing, it sets a nice profile in this blue and white. And so far it appears to be pretty good on gas too. So, you know, when you get something that performs all right, you usually have no power. But in this case, it's got plenty of power. I reckon to do top speed maybe around 140, 145 kilometres an hour. That's a rough guess there. But apart from that, it's got everything you want. It's even got this connection here. If you ever want to go and do hook up Bluetooth and all the other modern stuff that goes with technology these days, which I haven't got around to worrying about that side yet. But apart from that, I think it's a great looking scooter. It's got nice ABS brakes. When I was coming out of here and applying the brakes, they hold you, bring you down from speed pretty well. And like I said, this bike's only done 300 kilometres, so I haven't been out there giving it a workout. And just to give you an idea, I'm in Australia. These come in at around about $9,700 right away, and I think they're pretty good value for that. And once you get used to the fact that you're off a road bike and you're on a scooter, After that, it doesn't really affect you that much, and you get used to the ride experience, and more importantly, it'll run along at road speed very easy, and that's something I want, plus the ability to pull hills, which it does really easy. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Take a look. I will catch up with you on the next clip.